All right, kids, welcome back. We're nearing the end of chapter 8 here. We're going to do 8.5, which is just a rewording of what we learned in grade 11. Before we dive into that, I think Ms. Bilon has sent everybody an email about registering for their grad photos. Make sure you do that, please. I've also sent you a forwarded email that I got from her. Very important you do that. So let's jump into this. Electromagnetic induction. What's this all about? Well, it's the creation of an electric current, an induced current, by means of a changing magnetic field. So what we're reviewing from last year in this last section is that if you change the magnetic field near a coil or near a wire, something that can carry a current, you will induce a current in that wire. And the word induction mostly comes from the idea that the actual producer of the magnetic field, the magnet, if you will, doesn't have to touch the coil or wire. Induction. Now, one of the most brilliant experimental physicists of all time, Michael Faraday, he was the first one who saw this. This is Faraday's law, or the law of electromagnetic induction. So I'm just rewording what I said. Whenever the magnetic field in the region of a conductor, wire, coil, uh, changes, I guess I should reword that. Whenever the magnetic field in the region of a conductor, wire, or changes, I got to put a new word in there. Whenever it changes, you notice that I missed a word. Changes, an electric current is induced in the conductor, and we demonstrated this to you last year. What Mr. Professor Faraday didn't come up with was that current has a direction and magnetic field has a direction. And how are those directions related? That was the work of Lenz and Lenz's law. And it said the following: for a current induced in a conductor by a changing magnetic field, so you're changing the magnetic field by moving a magnet. We did this in the past, and I've got some links for you to look at today that will help you visualize this. But if you did watch the review videos from grade 11 that I posted a while ago, you did see this as well. The current is in such a direction that its own magnetic field, so usually in grade 11 what I did is I had a magnet and I moved it around a coil. That's why I put the word magnet and coil here. So the changing magnetic field is from the moving magnet. Well, that creates a current in a coil, but as soon as you have a current in a coil, it has its own magnetic field. But this newly created or induced magnetic field opposes the change that produced it. And we showed this to you in grade 11. It was the right-hand rule for coils. So here is a bar magnet. It's got its own magnetic field around it, and the bar magnet is being moved into the coil. And here's the coil, and there's a galvanometer on it, which will measure. It's a device, as you know, that measures very, very small currents, like a very sensitive ammeter. And a current is induced in this coil by the moving bar magnet, and the current is in such a direction that the magnetic field that it produces opposes the change. Well, how do you oppose a north-seeking pole entering this coil? Well, you oppose it by repulsion. Well, what will repel a north-seeking pole? Another north-seeking pole. So that's if you use your right-hand rule for coils, you see my fingertips are going up here and then curling around at the back here. So fingertips up, curling around at the back, and you'll notice your thumb points this way. That will tell you where the magnetic field is. So a very short one here in 8.5. I'll give you some reading to do another work, and I'm also posting some links to help you visualize this better than my little rinky-dink drawing here. Okay, I hope you kids are all doing well. If you have any questions, you need any help, please let me know. I'm here to support you. Remember that. And also remember that I'm very proud of you guys. You guys are great, working hard, true Spartans. Bye bye.